They say the first true currency wasn't gold or silver. It was hunger, controlled by ancient power. In the silent Nile Valley, a darker truth rose beneath the shadow of pharaohs. Civilization depended on a river's mercy, yet rulers learned they could command survival itself. Grain became more than food. It became a ledger of obedience, recorded by the empire's silent scribes. In towering state granaries, Egypt discovered its greatest weapon: centralized control over life. Farmers lined up with their harvests, unaware they were feeding a system designed to bind them. Every basket surrendered was another link in an invisible chain of dependence. The scribes tracked every grain, transforming simple records into the foundation of a financial empire. Behind temple walls, hidden chambers stored not just grain, but the future of an entire civilization. Grain receipts became Egypt's first currency, tokens of life backed by royal authority. At night, the granaries stood like silent fortresses, holding the power of feast or famine. The elite learned a timeless truth: control the food, and you control the people. For the poor, sealed granary doors meant starvation, proof that scarcity was no longer natural. The pharaohs tightened their grip, channeling grain to build monuments that touched the sky. Even armies marched to the rhythm of state-controlled rations. In shadowed halls, corrupt scribes altered numbers, shaping destiny with a stroke of a reed pen. The system bred corruption. Grain managers stole from the very reserves meant to protect the people. Rotting storage pits exposed the fragility of a system built on manipulation. When people discovered empty granaries, trust shattered, and the illusion collapsed. Towns fell into despair as the empire's carefully engineered stability began to crumble. Egypt's once mighty structures cracked, proof that no system survives when belief dies. Babylon followed the same model, counting grain credits like early banknotes. Rome stretched its power by debasing silver, controlling its people through manipulated money. Venetian bankers weaponized ledger entries to dominate global trade. Across continents, empires shaped financial systems like veins of power. In the modern world, central banks became the new temples of control. Today's granaries are digital, servers storing balance sheets instead of barley. Analysts and economists replaced ancient scribes, manipulating charts instead of clay tablets. Fiat money evolved from grain receipts, value created not from substance, but belief. Global markets pulse like a living network, every transaction guided by unseen hands. Modern volatility mirrors the ancient Nile floods, unpredictable but controlled by those in power. Liquidity injections act like granary doors opening, shaping economic destiny. Governments build debt like ancient empires built grain reserves, endless, towering, fragile. People watch inflation rise, wondering why scarcity always favors the powerful. When trust breaks in money, the system fractures, just as it did in ancient Egypt. The global economy trembles, built on foundations no stronger than shifting sand. Behind financial screens, unseen figures design the rules that everyone else must follow. When belief dissolves, digital balance sheets turn to dust. Value evaporates. Awareness spreads like wildfire. People rise, questioning the systems built around them. The institutions that once seemed eternal now crumble like ancient ruins. The past and present collide. Grain receipts and digital currency reveal the same truth. Our modern digital granaries store power, guarded as fiercely as ancient vaults. The world divides between those inside the system of control and those left outside in shadow. A global fracture forms, exposing the fault lines of debt, scarcity, and manipulation. Eyes open, people finally see the machinery behind the illusion. The old and new systems collapse together. Grain or dollars, control always cracks. A new dawn rises, breaking through centuries of engineered scarcity. Awareness becomes the power that no empire can contain. Ancient symbols of grain and modern money swirl together, revealing history's repeating cycle. The earliest weaponized monetary policy was carved in grain, and its shadow still rules the world.